episode 9. Today we don't have Emerrias. He's on vacation, but he will be back next episode. But this episode we have It's''TheReece.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm alright, man. Are you doing good?
It's very good.
Alright, cool.
I'm doing pretty good. I just have my coffee. My voice is kind of not peak performance because I've been fighting this weird thing like everybody has because it's January. Yay, snow.
Yep.
Ugh.
That's actually why I'm able to record right now, is because there's ice on the roads where I live and we have a 3-hour delay.
If memory serves correctly, I found you on Instagram through actually some fan art of Mateo tunes. Is that correct?
That's where most people find me, because that's where I post most of my stuff. It's on Instagram, and I make a lot of fan art.
Who else have you made fan art for?
I just posted a piece of fan art like before we started recording, like yesterday, of Aroa. Yeah, of course I made some for Mateo. I made some for The Album's Out. Something else YT, I guess. I've made some fan art for a bunch of people.
So what do you use to draw?
I have an XP Pen Artist 10. It's like the cheapest modern tablet you can get.
Yeah, one of the aspects that I noticed about like your art is that like it's very polished, and I've seen like a lot of art on Instagram, but yours like really pops. That's kind of what got my attention, honestly, when I was through Instagram, because I was like, oh wow, this art is really good. So
Thanks.
So props to you on that. Yeah, is there like an effect you add or something to make it look polished, or is it just kind of like your art style?
I don't really have an effect. I mean, I do. I definitely try to keep my my lines clean. I feel like if most people saw me draw, they'd be kind of like aggravated just to look at me do it. I'm always redoing like every single line I make.
Right.
Here's some advice to any artist out there. Use layers, because like layers are basically like different spaces, parts of the drawing that you can draw on.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of people who have followed me, they'll do like speed arts or something, and I'll watch them, and they won't use any layers. Like they'll do sketches, then they'll draw directly onto the sketch, and then they'll like try to erase the sketch around it, and then they'll color in the same layer, and it makes everything look kind of choppy. Use a program that allows you to get clean line art. Like I used to use a program called Paint.net. It did not work very well. Like it worked fine, but like it didn't have a stabilizer or anything, which I definitely needed at the time. I still need it now because I got shaky hands. Get yourself a program that'll do it right. Use your layers and just take time. Redo lines if they look bad.
Right. Is there a program that you recommend?
Fire Alpaca or Metabang Paint. Fire Alpaca is what most people recommend, but Metabang Paint is pretty much the same as Fire Alpaca, except it's like Fire Alpaca dark mode.
Got it.
Which is part of the reason I like it better, because I like the way it looks better. And like some of the tools are a little bit better, and brushes are easier to access on there.
Right.
Other than that, yeah, they're about the same. Whatever suits you best. They're both free.
I was literally about to ask that. I was like, are they free? Because I feel like a lot of the boundaries are just like, if you have to pay for it, people are like, no. So I think it's good that there's a lot of free software, good software, like non-virus software that's like out there that people can use. Because I use a lot of free software to make my creative stuff, honestly. Like I'm literally using Audacity to record this, and audio editing, I use Audacity. I've tried to use other audio editing programs, but I'm not used to other programs yet. I think I need to learn eventually, but...
Yeah, that's the problem with getting used to a software. It's nice to get used to a software because you get very good at that software. Right. Ever need to change, it sucks.
Yeah, I'm just trying to learn different like editing softwares and different, whether that's video or audio, for sure. Because I've been trying to expand my knowledge with that.
Anything that I use is free.
I mean, like, if you're not making that much money, why spend a lot of money on, I don't know, Adobe Premiere?
Especially when you're not making any money.
Exactly, yeah.
When I was just starting out, I went through like a summer where I was like, crap. Because I used to like watch people's videos and stuff and see what they used.
Right.
And like everyone would say that they use like, Adobe Animate or Premiere or whatever. I can't afford that, I'd get like stressed out about it and stuff. But then I'm like, I don't need that, I use Flash to like animate.
Yeah.
It's an older version of Adobe Animate. If any, people want to animate, use that because it's pretty good. Thanks to Noid Tunes for helping me find that.
Obviously, there's some tangents with this statement, I understand. But I feel like for the most part, it's not really the program or the tools, it's the artist. And I have a lot of examples of this for sure. But
Oh yeah, Cameron Comics. He's a huge inspiration to me.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is true now, but I know for the longest time he used like an Intuos Draw, which is like it's a very cheap opening tablet, and his art's like better than mine. So yeah, I definitely agree with that statement. Yeah,
I see these things that people make, and they're like, "What do you use?" And then they tell me they use like a free software, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? This is amazing!" Like somebody drew the Mona Lisa in MS Paint.
Yeah, there's lots of those.
It's ridiculous. Sure, it took longer. Just the fact that somebody was able to do it is just
that it's possible.
Yeah, because I don't know. There's a lot of stereotypes where it's like, oh, you have to use a specific program in order to make art or edit videos or stuff like that. But it's like, not really. I mean, it really depends on like what you know about the program. Because if you can do the more complicated things, then like you should be fine, right? Like as long as the end product looks really good, then why does it matter what you use? Truly.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So do you have a YouTube channel then? I think you do.
Yes, I do.
What are you planning to do on that? Because I think you did one video that I saw that I really liked.
Yeah, I've only done one video, and that was I animated a podcast that I like. I posted that, and as you know, I was gonna make another video about this dream I had this one time about how I met Ninja. You know, the Fortnite streamer.
Yeah.
I ended up stopping making that video, and there's a chance I might pick it up later. You know, you never know. I just wasn't really happy with how I was working on it and stuff. I didn't feel any kind of like drive to make it, you know.
Yeah. I feel that sometimes, but I'm the kind of person where it's like, well, I've already started it. I might as well finish it. And then usually I get out of that slump. But I mean, I wasn't sure if this was like, it's done forever or if you're like taking a break from it. Because sometimes it's just taking a break and then doing something else just helps so much. And that's something I've learned a lot.
With my first video, I started it and got almost all the way finished with it, and then I was like, certain things about this, I don't like it. But you know, I'm not gonna scrap this video that I have like 10 seconds left to animate of it.
Exactly.
But this one I had barely even got started on at all. I drew like the first 2 backgrounds and like a couple scenes for it. But
what are you planning on doing on like the future of your channel? Is it more of just like if I have an idea, I'll post it? Do you have like a schedule that you're thinking of, or like what specifically?
Yeah, I don't have any kind of schedule.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, the video I'm working on at the moment is because the Almond's out, he has a second channel where he does like sometimes he does like gaming videos and stuff. And one of his game videos, I'm like animating like a crazy short segment of it. It's like 30 seconds. I'm gonna animate that and I'm gonna post that. Other than that, I don't know. I'm thinking about making a video about my pets, like like I have 2 axolotls and a crested gecko, which I just got like yesterday. So I'm thinking about making a video about them and how to take care of them.
Right.
With geckos and stuff, you can find like 100 like videos about how to take care of them. But like with axolotls, it's a little bit harder to find videos on how to take care of them. So I'm thinking about making a video about how I take care of them.
That'd be a pretty interesting video, actually.
Have everything still animated and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, right?
Yeah.
Because you could do a lot more with it instead of endangering your pets. You can just draw them doing whatever. So I feel like that's the one freedom with animation that you can't really get from live action is you can literally do whatever because you're drawing and not actually doing it in real life.
Yeah. I see a lot of like small animators and stuff who are absolutely not taking advantage of the medium of animation because there's so much you can do with it. They're just not using it to like their advantage. I'm guilty of that too. I don't think I could have been as creative as I think I could have been more creative, with my latest video.
Right.
But like, and there are definitely some things like that I couldn't have done in that video. Like there's a scene where he says you need to look something up. There's like a shot of like a room and he zooms in on the computer and he's like in the computer, he's like pointing at like the Google bar or whatever. Yeah. So like you couldn't have done that, you know, regularly. I mean you could have, but
I have those moments too where it's like, oh, I could have done this, but I didn't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's a whole lot of that. Motivation and being happy with what you've made or like that's like the biggest thing. I'm happy with the video I've made, you know. At the same time I'm like, man, there are definitely some things I definitely could have done better, you know? Because there are some days when I wake up, I'm like, all right, I'm getting this video. Yeah, I'm gonna get it done today. I'm like, I don't care how much I have. I'm getting this video done. And then like there are some days when I wake up and I'm like, nah. I'm gonna work on this because I'm gonna feel like crap if I don't work on it. But
I have the problem of like not taking breaks, or at least, well, I say that I used to have that problem. I've been trying to implement more breaks because I've figured out that it actually does help. But it really depends on what I'm working on. Because if it's like a small project, why not just get it all done in one sitting, you know? So It really just depends.
Yeah,
But
and that's another problem for me, which it's gonna sound like I'm contradicting myself because I'm like, yeah, I don't want to work on it sometimes, but then sometimes I'm like, I have a problem not working on it. I'll sit down, start working on it, and I'll look up, an hour has passed or whatever, and I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, it doesn't feel like anything's happened. This is what I'm doing. and I love what I do, you know. I mean, I absolutely wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I was only trying to make money off of it, because being a small YouTube animator ain't the most lucrative business.
But the thing is with animation, it's always so original and so unique.
Yeah.
It always has like a place to go. It's just that there's a common thread I've seen where it's like a lot of artists don't think about the business side of it if they do actually want to grow it, and that's always the problem. Sure, make good art, but if you're not looking at the business side of it, it's not going to go anywhere, truly, unless like you blow up because somebody shouts you out, which even then, that's not always
I was gonna say, I don't think that's a very good way to do it, because like you get empty followers or whatever, like people.
No, exactly right. That's the thing.
People who follow you because, you know, that person said you were good or whatever, or they liked you at first, but then they just never like interact with you or anything, which is definitely my case. I'll absolutely admit to this. It's not from a shout or anything. 500 followers on Instagram, but as far as active followers, I usually get somewhere more around like 50.
Yeah, there's definitely a discrepancy between followers and active followers, which is why I've gotten to a point in my life where I just don't care about the numbers, because that's not what it should be about, truly, because I kind of used to idolize it. I'm admitting it now. I didn't want to, but I used to always look at it, and now I'm just like, oh, cool, I hit 1.4 subscribers. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that today, but that's a cool, nice little thing that's happened, I guess. But again, that shouldn't be the focus, because if that's the focus, then it just makes me a sad boy, and it's like, you've lost the focus, Ethan. That's not why you're doing this.
Yeah, and I'll absolutely admit to like, sometimes I'll post something and like I'm like, man, this isn't getting as much likes as like that last post or whatever, and I'll get kind of like, I'm like, ah, crap, what I do wrong in this one or whatever, but you know, I'll admit to that. But
yeah, it has to be a good balance, because I feel like if you see a humongous discrepancy, then that's when you should probably be worried about it. However, if it's just like very small, then probably not. That's what I've realized.
Yeah,
like if your video's getting no views, there's something wrong, especially if you average like 200 views a video, then you know something's wrong. Other than that, I mean, probably don't worry about it.
You know, like I had no idea how to do like YouTube or whatever when I was first starting out. When I first started, I was in like 3rd grade. Like, you know, not old enough to have a YouTube channel. I just said my age was like 150 or whatever. But like me and my cousin, we'd go out in the woods behind our house and we made survival videos. And nice. I'm kind of mad at myself because instead of just privating those videos, which I also didn't know was a thing at the time, I just deleted them. I filmed them on my old iPod 4. I don't have the videos anymore because I sold that. We had like 10 minutes of complete unedited footage of us like out in the middle of the woods saying how to survive, getting taught how to survive from like a bunch of 9-year-olds. And like of course like we didn't know how YouTube works. Like we'd talk to our friends and stuff. We're talking about how like some YouTubers have, you know, they're millionaires or whatever. I wonder how they make money. And then one of my friends was like, it's like, oh, after you reach 100 subscribers, they give you $1 for every subscriber you have. And we're like, really? It's like, yeah, that's how it works. And we're like, oh, okay. Man, I can't wait to hit 100 subscribers. I'll get $100, man. I'm 9. I've never even seen $100. Right. When me and my cousin started trying to do like YouTube, like seriously, like we're like, yeah, we're gonna grow this channel, we're gonna get big or whatever, which isn't how you should do it. I don't think. Exactly. But we still didn't know how it worked. I was definitely like the business side of our agreement. I made all our social media accounts. I like looked at the views and stuff. I managed all that stuff. I edited all the videos because at that point we were editing. People
don't like understand that YouTube is definitely like a long-term thing, not a short-term thing. I was looking at YouTube from a short-term standpoint, which isn't good. And so that's why I've started like my own work that I'm actually getting paid for. Because actually, I don't know if you know this, but I am a freelance video editor now. And so that's kind of how I make my money. So that way I'm still editing videos, but I'm actually getting money for it. I'm not saying like I'm like stopping my channel. I'm just saying like, obviously that's like my business now. And so that's like definitely more short-term because like I'm getting paid for it, obviously. But YouTube is definitely long-term. Like I know it's probably going to work out because of like my quality and how high it is for my subscriber count. So I know it's going to work eventually. It's just going to take a very long time. And I'm okay with that because I kind of don't want it to just blast off right away because I heard this quote recently where it's like, the quicker you rise, the quicker you fall, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So I see all these all these commentary channels rise to the top like so quickly, but then my brain is like, they're gonna fall just as quickly, and I'm like, well, yeah, that makes sense because they're surviving off of trending topics, and that's never a smart thing to do long term. So
going back to like me and my cousin making videos, we were like, man, if we could just get like one video that goes like viral or whatever, or becomes like a meme or something, it's like man, we'd be off. But like when I think about it now, I'm like, no, that's not the case, because like there's a whole lot of channels that do go viral or do become memes. I do enjoy partaking in the memes. There's plenty of channels like I looked at and be like, it was Big Shaq, like he made like the Tingo Scravi or whatever. Like, I subscribed to his channel after he made that, but I never watched any of his videos. Ever. I said, oh yeah, I need to watch his videos. I'm like, I need to see if I even like his content, which is a stupid thing to do. You shouldn't subscribe to somebody and then be like, hey, do I like their content?
Yeah, that's vice versa, yeah.
I actually did watch a couple of his videos like recently. I don't like him.
Right.
No offense to Mr. Big Shaq,
that's totally fair. People like what they like, you know? And it depends on like the person, I guess, but like for me specifically, I really don't want to do sponsorships in my videos because I keep seeing sponsored videos and everything, and it always takes away from the video. I don't know how, but in my opinion, it just does, which is why in my content, I don't think I ever want to do sponsored stuff. Or stuff that like distracts from the video, because I've done that multiple times, and because there was this one video I did where I talked about Anchor at the beginning and end of a video. It wasn't I didn't get paid for it or anything, but it's just an app that I really liked, and I look at the video now and I'm like, yeah, half of this is promotional. This is stupid. So
yeah,
I've just learned from that. It's like it just takes away from it. So
I think sponsorships can definitely be done correctly,
right? Yeah,
and I think they can definitely be done incorrectly. Like it was some YouTuber. He's having a lot of trouble getting sponsorships now because his last sponsorship, he had the whole video, and at the very end for about 10 seconds in like the end card, at like the very end of it, he's like, oh yeah, I'm sponsored by this app or whatever. And which is a terrible way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, there was that one sponsorship, and I didn't keep up with this, but I'm pretty sure it turned out to be a scam or whatever. It was some like mental health app or something.
Oh, BetterHelp.
I heard about being some kind of scam or something, and I don't know if it was or not, so I'm not trying to like slander this company or whatever.
No, that's fair.
If you made a video about mental health or something, and then you were sponsored by them, I feel like that would be like more of an open place to put a sponsor like that. Not like all about BetterHelp itself, but if you make a video about mental health or whatever, and then you're like, if you need help with mental health or whatever, do this or whatever. I'm never gonna judge YouTubers or whatever for putting sponsors and stuff, because it can be tough to get money and stuff.
Like, if YouTube is their main source of revenue, I completely understand it, right? It makes total sense. I'm just saying from like a storytelling standpoint and from the content in general, it kind of just I don't know.
It grinds it to a halt for a second, and then you just
it ruins the flow.
Yeah, and that's why I absolutely don't think you should put them in the middle of the video.
Right. That's I find those annoying.
I think it derails the video. It like everything grinds to a halt.
Right. Beginning or end, for sure.
Yeah.
Just a quick thing.
Yeah.
I'm more forgiving if it is in the end though, because I've already seen the video kind of thing.
I don't think you should get a sponsor if it's something you don't use.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, and like I don't even think you have to use it like a whole lot. It was like some actor or something got paid to like promote some phone on Twitter, and it was like, man, I love my new phone or whatever, and then it says like Twitter from iPhone or whatever at the bottom. So like, funny. So it's like, that's dumb.
It's kind of funny though. It's like you try to scam, but instead you get scammed.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny. Instant karma, literally.
I don't really see anything wrong with sponsorships. I don't think I will be even able to do sponsorships. I did put an end card in my last video, which went wrong anyway because something went wrong with my video, and there's like a big space of black at the end, and I didn't even notice it until a while after. Anyway, it's a big long thing. In my next video, it wouldn't be good to put an end card in it. So like, most of my videos are really short. There wouldn't even really be a place to put an ad. My Instagram is definitely bigger than my my YouTube. So like, the only thing I can really think of is if I made a post on Instagram. I was like, hey guys, eat this, or whatever.
So Instagram's like your main platform then, right? When it comes to like reputation, I guess I'll say.
I feel like most people know me from Instagram. I do have a Twitter. Not a lot of people know about it. and pretty much the only thing I use it for is tweeting fan art at people. Like, as far as like people in the community, my reputation is far better on Twitter because I'm following and I am followed by a lot more like active people in the community. Like, actually, never mind. I was gonna like say some people, but I don't want to like name drop or whatever. Not like followers. I have a lot less followers. I only have like 70. But like, as far as people in the community, I have more on Twitter.
That's why I said reputation, because I was gonna say followers. So I'm like, we just talked about this. Followers isn't the right word. Reputation.
That was never my main goal. It was always to have like YouTube be my main platform. It just kind of happened because I was always in the process of trying to make a video, not having the right software, not having the right stuff, blah blah blah. Because it took me like 2 years to even be able to get to the point where I could make a video. And when I finally did make it, by that point I had already grown a relatively large following on Instagram. That's where most people knew me from, because my friends always asked me to draw them, and I always did it for free or whatever, because I didn't know about anything really. And also, I don't care. I still draw my friends for free.
And that's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Especially fan art. Like, fan art's pretty much free art.
Yeah.
I don't think fan art's free art, actually. Because I just thought about this. The price of fan art is your content. You have to make content that they like.
That's actually not a bad assessment. I do agree with that.
And it just came to me.
No, that makes a lot of sense, because if you don't make good content, why would people make fan art of you, you know? I feel like there has to be a certain level of value in order for people to make fan art, because art takes a long time, and I respect that.
Which is why I feel so very bad for people who don't get a lot of recognition on stuff that's really good. Like, this art is really freaking good. I won't be able to see it.
That's kind of how I feel about your art, honestly.
There's a lot of channels that no one will see. And then there's a lot of channels that I feel deserve to be seen less. That sounds kind of...
No, I know exactly what you mean. Oh, no, I know. No, I feel that. I feel that too often.
Who will get like tons of popularity. Their content is worse than a lot of other people's content. I will say that right now.
In my opinion, their content is very shallow.
I don't think it gives a lot of like anything to like take from it.
It's literally face value.
It's
like,
you watch it, it's like junk food. It's like junk food content. Because that's the only way I can think about it.
Holy cow!
Because like junk food, you eat it and you're like, all right, I don't guess I'm full, but I just had something, I guess. And you go to their content, you're like, all right, I guess I just watched that, I guess. But you're not, like, left with anything after it. You're not, like...
Why is that so true?
I feel like you're incredibly underrated, you know? There's a bunch of other channels that are terribly underrated. Like, there's a music channel I follow. It's like Jules something. That's the thing. I don't know if anyone else does this, but I'll be subscribed to a channel and follow it for a while, and I realize I'm like, I don't know their name.
Yeah.
I'm like, I only watch their videos. If I need to search for them, I either don't, like I'll just go into like my history and click on their latest video and then just go to their channel from there.
Yeah.
Or the last video I watched, but anyway, that's just me. Anyway, she makes really good music and stuff, and like she does covers, but she also does like original music and stuff. So, and I'm sorry I cannot remember your name if she's watching.
I know somebody who does that, but I don't think we're thinking of the same person.
Like, my first internet friend ever was also named Reese.
Wow.
I posted a video one time and he commented on it. He's like, "Hey man, cool video. My name is also Reese."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I see that by your name." It was the same name. It was same first name, last name. And then we started like talking, and we commented on each other's videos and stuff. I think we used like Google Hangouts or something, because we didn't know about like Skype or Discord or anything. But we were talking to each other, and he was like, "Hold on a second, I'll call you back." I'm like, "Well, you probably shouldn't, because it's like 11 where I live right now." And then he's like, "Oh, it's 11? I used to live in that state." Apparently.
Wow.
And that could have been true, that could have not been true, but
I have friended a lot of people over the internet in the past year or two. Mateo's like a really good friend of mine. So like, when I saw that you made fan art of him, like, that's what intrigued me. So I was like, hey, I know him. He made fan art for him. I'm gonna check out his stuff. Whoa, he makes really cool stuff. Whoa, how cool.
I'm sure a lot of people are like, it's like, but I don't want to use him for popularity or whatever. It's like, I don't think you're using him for popularity. I think networking is crazy important.
There's always a way to do it. It's always about intent, truly.
Like, if you have friends who are part of the community, and this is gonna sound like shallow or whatever, but like, you can collab with them, and not only do you gain more like popularity, but like, I don't think it's bad to gain popularity from someone else.
I think it really depends on how it was gained.
Because there are plenty of people's videos, because there's like the thing of like, if you collab with the Albans Out, you're like immediately like shot up there or whatever. There are plenty of people who like, I never even knew about their channel, but then they did that, and I found out about it, and I was like, oh, this channel is good,
Yeah,
But
I had that happen to me recently. Do you know Infamous Swoosh, I think his name is? Yeah.
oh yeah,
So I
yeah,
watch his content.
yeah,
And on his community tab, he
yeah.
shouted out this other animator called Not Serious. And dear goodness, Not Serious is an amazing animation channel. I love
Oh
it.
yeah,
So
yeah. He follows me on Twitter. That's
weird flex, but okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But because he's on the topic. But yeah, I wanted to make some fan art for him in the past.
You should.
This is gonna sound stupid because I love his channel. This is gonna sound stupid because sometimes if I'm drawing somebody fan art and I can't draw their character, I'll just be like, yes, I'm gonna do this later, and then I'll never do it.
Yeah, that's a mood.
He recently just changed his character design
Mm-hmm.
from like the way his hair is drawn, which is what I was having trouble with. So
Ah.
I'm probably gonna redo it later. I just haven't had. I've had time, of course, because
Yeah.
I've drawn other things, but I just haven't done it. Yeah.
It's kind of funny because I made a video shouting out some small YouTubers that definitely deserve more recognition. And I was writing the video and then I found Not Serious at like the last possible second. So I added him quick to the list. He is the most genuine animator I've seen so far. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's very clear that he doesn't script his videos.
I don't know. I usually don't like that, but with the style that he's going for, it works too perfectly.
Yeah. Like if you were to do it like we were talking about Infamous Swoosh, like he has a very clear like Storytime Animator format.
Yeah.
Like he's in like the corner. He's got a background. He's got that format. Not Serious. His format wouldn't work as well if he was like that.
Right. Yeah.
But he's not. He's like always moving across the screen, and like his face is never in the same position. It's always moving, and there's always something on the screen, and it's never just on the screen. It's always like flying past the screen. Like
yeah, it's great. Like he's in space, and then he's next to a cow, and then he's next to this weird alien, and then he's like this tiny version of, and then he's humongous, and then it's like what is happening? But it's really cool. Like he's a very unique editing style, and I do appreciate that.
And like you said, you're talking about like being like a freelance editor or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I've definitely considered like doing freelance animation and art and stuff, like commissions and stuff. Yeah. And really the only reason I haven't started doing that yet is because I don't have any method of payment.
No, and that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm going to say this, at your stage, you should honestly work on like your reputation and building that up. So that way when you do start that, you will have an amazing start. Yeah. And I think you do already have an amazing start with the quality of your art right now. So if you continue to do this, I have no doubt in my mind that it will actually go somewhere in that field. So I there's nothing wrong with doing free art. I do encourage it for sure, because I feel like if you start doing like paid art, more and more people are gonna like not want you to make art, because then they have to pay for it. But if you do free art, then there's no barrier.
Here's what I'll say about free art. If you have agreed to the terms that they will be free art, do it. If you approach somebody and be like, hey, draw me, and they say, no, I don't, I'm not doing free art at the moment, do not pester them, because there's nothing more annoying than that. If you do make art, and I'm sure most artists don't have it set up this way, like I'm sure this is like a pay for, draw the art, and that's a lot of trust and stuff. But anyway, I've heard about artists who don't want that trust gap there for the people who are doing it to make them more comfortable. It's like all right, man, here's your art, and they'll be like, yeah, I'm just not gonna pay for this.
Yeah, that's always the thing with freelancing. There's always there has to be some level of trust always, otherwise there's going to be problems. You send them the product, but what you do is you send them the watermarked image version of it, so that way, and then say that once you pay me, I will send you the actual thing. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that makes so much sense. So that way you can send them the video without actually sending them the video. It's so clever. I wouldn't do that with everybody, but if I feel
if it's a new client who aren't sure their intentions yet,
exactly, But if it's like a returning client, like I know you're gonna like not run away with the project because you haven't done that with the first one, so it's obvious.
Here's an interesting story. I'm not gonna say their name or anything because I don't want to do that, because I don't know. I don't think any of my followers would do this, but I just want to make sure that because I've had my friends like comment like a joke on my video, or comment like a joke on like my post or something. It's like this is dumb or whatever, and like they'll be like, it's like, no, it's actually not dumb. I'm like, it's okay, he's my friend. He stole my art. Like he changed the colors of it and claimed it to be his own. And shout out to Bacon Kid, because he's the one who notified me of this, because I didn't even know. He watermarked it himself, which is like crazy bad. Like that's a bad thing to do. And then I confronted him about it, and he was like, I'm sorry, I'll remove it. I'm like, all right, good, good, good. And he's like, can you teach me how to do art? And I'm like, I didn't respond to him immediately because I was just kind of, I got this like while I was at school. Like, I was just about to walk into school
Right,
and I checked my
yeah.
phone real quick. And then when I go to reply to him later, he had already changed the profile picture by the time he had sent this. But then when I look at it again, he's changed it to another piece of my art.
Oh,
So
dear goodness.
dude, I'm not gonna teach you art. I'm like, at least not right now, because that's my art. You stole it again. And he was like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Let me change it. I'm like, all right, good, change it. And then he never changed it. I'm like, listen, man, wait, you expect me to forgive you, and I'm completely okay with that, and you expect me to teach you art, but you keep stealing mine. I'm like, that's not how this works.
That's ridiculous.
And then he starts spamming me. It's clearly he was just like tapping his keyboard and then like hitting enter over and over and over again, just blowing up my phone. And then I'm like, hey dude, stop spamming me now. And he's like, no, I can't. And I'm like, what do you mean you can't? And I'm like, I'm blocking you. And I blocked him after that. I don't even care like how small of an artist you are. You will experience
That's
someone
just disrespectful.
It is. I hate to like be like crazy offended by it, but like that's mine, I spent time on that. You stole my profile picture. You claimed it to be your own. Like, you signed it. Like, and then after I confronted you about it, you did it again. And not only did you steal the profile picture, you stole the banner too. Like, he stole my YouTube banner. I forgot to mention.
That's dumb. The thing is, like, with watermarks, like, it takes away from the art. So if you could implement it somehow into the art.
Yeah, well, like,
So that way, if it ever gets removed, it's very obvious that it got removed, kind of thing, which would be very difficult. But what is your creative process when it comes to making, I guess, fan art? Because that's mostly what you've been doing on Instagram. So what's your creative process with that?
Most of the time, it's like for a video. Like, they'll post like a new video or whatever, and I'm like, man, that's a good video. I'm like, you know what I could do right now? I could go make some fan art. I'll go make it. When I make it, I usually just I draw my sketch. Then I'll go over the line art, color it, and people ask me like how I shade and stuff. Some people draw like a little like sun in the corner or something to figure out where the light is coming from. You just take whatever color you're shading, either go warmer or colder with it. Like, if it's a cool color, you usually go colder with it. If it's a warm color, you usually go warmer with it. And if it's a neutral color, you can use either like a very dark shade of something or black. People say you don't use black, but I think sometimes you do use black. If you have a light gray, I feel like a navy could work. But then I see people with like a very dark gray, and they'll use like a blue or something, and it'll end up making like the shading part lighter, which is not what shading is. And like, I've had people like message me and be like, make fan art of me. No,
that's not how fan art works.
That's not how fan art works. And like, there's also, if you DM somebody and that's the first thing you say, no. Like, if you DM me and you're like, hey, Reese, I like your stuff, and then like you don't even wait for me to respond, like, maybe fan art, that's dumb. Right. I don't like that. But I will respect you more than someone who immediately messaged me and like, make fan art of me.
Who are some of your favorite content creators in general, no matter the platform? Because I know you're on multiple platforms, so. Yeah.
I've said Cameron Comics multiple times. He makes really good stuff. He makes really good animations and art. Next person, Infamous Swoosh. Junkie Janker, I think he's super funny. Of course, the albums I said before, he makes really good stuff. 8-Bit Liam, he doesn't make videos anymore because he quit for personal reasons, which is sad, but of course I completely respect that. ADD Tortellini, he's got me into 3D modeling. I like a lot of like movie review channels there. Austin McConnell. Oh, hold on, there's a good gaming channel I watch. It's called Sieve Gaming. He used to make a lot of Mario Maker videos, but he doesn't make those much anymore. He's like super wholesome and like family friendly and stuff. Oscar Animate, Doggy Bag, Ice Cream Sandwich Guy, Tippo Tantrum, or Bandana Bean. Dart Muffin Comics, he's cool.
Do you have any advice to anyone who wants to start their creative endeavors, whether it be YouTube or do the art kind of like you're doing?
Don't expect to blow up. Like, that's what I definitely have to say. Because, again, me and my cousin, the stories of me and my cousin aren't supposed to be like, like we were starting out good. No, this is like a cautionary tale. Don't do this.
Right, yeah.
It's like, let's make YouTube videos. We're going to blow up and make a lot of money, which is dumb, especially because we were like 11. Don't expect to do that, because every time a video of ours didn't do good, we were very disappointed, and it discouraged us a lot. And I don't think you even should expect to blow up at all. I think you should just make videos, and if they do blow up, awesome. Make videos that you want to make. Don't do what's popular unless you want to do it. Unless you want to do that, of course. Also, don't wait.
Yes. Exactly.
A lot of people wait to make their videos. Don't get discouraged over your old videos. Get Cameron comments. He said this. He said, he's like, you look back on some of your old videos and you think they're bad or like they're cringy or whatever. That video was the best you could have put out at that time. You know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Don't see him as something that's bad. See him as something that you've grown from. Make friends in whatever you're doing.
Exactly. Connections. Networking. Yep, exactly.
Yeah, do that. Because, like, some people think it's like, no, I don't want to use my friends like that. You're not using your friends like that. You want to make friends just because, you know, you want friends or whatever. But if you make friends in that field, you're more respect. And this isn't just
reputation.
Like YouTube. Yeah, this isn't just like YouTube. This is like careers. Yeah, if you have friends in that, you have a good reputation. You're respected more. It could just lead to a whole lot more things, and it can lead to like a lot more opportunities to do other things. Learn how to do what you're doing. You can know the basics of something. Watch some tutorials on whatever you're trying to do, you know? Or or if you're trying to do YouTube, look up how YouTube works. Don't just assume that's how it works, because you won't know, of course. So look it up. And that's about all the advice I have for people.
That's good. Yeah, we live in a society now where you can basically make a living doing whatever. You just got to know how to do it. And so many people have made so many careers off of things that they love. Yeah. It's like, why wouldn't you be able to do it now? Now, obviously, everybody has different living situations and everything. I understand this. It's not for everybody. I get that. But I mean, to like the kids who have dreams, obviously you should pursue them, but you also need to be practical about it. And that's something I learned recently. Like, sure, I'm a big dreamer, but it's like, okay, well, how can I be practical about this as well?
Yeah.
Because if you're not practical about it, then you're just going to be wishing for something that might not happen. So you need to take steps towards that.
Yeah, and like, there's like the whole like follow your dreams no matter what. I'm like, nah, you should follow your dreams or whatever, but there are certain things you need to admit to yourself that aren't going to happen yet. And I don't want to be like, no, if you don't think you can, you can't. Of course, I think you can if you try. You got to do one step at a time.
Yeah, a better way to put that is short-term versus long-term.
Yeah, thanks.
For sure. No, I got what you were saying, but I'm like...
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but no, I get that. Wow, we've talked for a long time here. I really appreciate you coming on here and talking, because...
Dude, I appreciate you having me on it.
It's no problem. If you want to, whenever you want to be on a podcast, just hit me up and we'll probably make it happen. So yeah, check out... It'sTheReece on Instagram.
It'sTheReece. It'sTheReece on Instagram and YouTube.
Nice. Really good art, really good animations. Check them out. Really good stuff. And thank you for listening to episode 9 of Creative Minds. We will see you in 2 weeks. Remember, stay creative.